Hello, everybody. Welcome on back to MLB 11, the show here on youtube.com/ShaunasaurusRex on the fabulous PlayStation 2, which I realize now, I think I used the PlayStation 2 on the 25th anniversary of the PlayStation 2, but didn't realize that it was the 25th anniversary of the PlayStation 2. Either way, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. We have 4 games of action for you today, and those games are as follows. I always forget to pull up my notepad. We have the Reds taking on the Cubs, the Astros taking on the Pirates, the Rangers taking on the Athletics, and the Dodgers taking on the Padres. Let's jump in with our first game of the day. When I was looking earlier to get like the thumbnails, a bunch of them are like super clumped together, and I'm just going to make sure that I don't miss anything. Reds, Cubs. Usually I list them in the order that they happen, but you never know. Did I list them in the correct order for the 11th, or was it the 10th? Yada, yada, yada. All right, here we go. Reds, Cubs, game number 1. Welcome on in, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Don't forget, Dispatch tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Pacific time. We'll be doing that episodes 5 and 6. And then all that good stuff. Thankfully, I ran some audio before I jumped in here because I had turned it up for the Giga. You make mistakes. Never. Never, 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 never. Never, ever. Never have I ever made a mistake in relation to a baseball video game. But welcome on into the Windy City, the north side of Chicago. My headphones are a little loud because the last thing I recorded last night after the stream was the Gigasword demo. And that demo, very quiet. This game, pretty loud. 4 and 5 Cincinnati taking on 3 and 5 Chicago. Maybe the Chicago Cubs can make a bit of a mess here in the NL Central. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how these divisions shake out. We've been looking at a couple of them. We've been looking at them a little more frequently. Oh, you know what? I will probably need to make sure that I look up 2011 tiebreakers. So I think it was different back then. It's like now it's division opponents or head-to-head. Those will come into play later when we're way deep in the season. And it's like, well, this team plays this team, and I think if this team wins, that team loses, all that stuff. Grady Sizemore, the lefty, in center field, will lead things off. Jeff Keppinger, the shortstop, followed by Nelson R. Cruz. Nelson Rules, maybe? Ty Wigington, the first baseman. Michael Young at third. Logan Morrison in left field. Second baseman, Christian Guzman. Luis Guzman. Center, catcher, JP Arincibia. And designated hitter, Starlin Castro. Barry Zito, 1 loss with a 22.5 ERA in just 1 game. 2 innings, giving up 6 hits, no walks, and a strikeout. Sean 1, game 0. Didn't check out Gigasword yet. 5 minutes before the stream started. I did see the thumbnail. Oh, cool. Well, thank you. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoy it. It is a... it's a 2D side-scroller. I liked it. Has some kind of like older... I don't know. When I was looking at the description on Steam, someone had tagged it as like a Souls-like, which I didn't really feel, but I also didn't have a... When I think of a Souls-like, I think of a game that's like really challenging, but I didn't run into too much trouble. Aaron Sepia. Sepia? Okay. Thank you. Man, the diving animations are pretty brutal in this game. The players just don't have it timed up the way you would think that they would. But a leadoff hit for Cincinnati. So we have, NL Central matchup. Yeah. Honestly, I forget about the Cincinnati Reds sometimes. You get so distracted with the Cubs and the Brewers and the Cardinals. The disappointment that is the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Reds are kind of just like, hi, we're here. We have Ellie De La Cruz, we're cool. I'm like, yeah, Ellie De La Cruz is cool. That one's fouled away. 0-1 with one on as the funky Shadows over at first. And that pitch is outside. We'll have fresh sets of series Thursday. As the lefty winds and fires, the 1-1 fouled away to make it 1-2. Bam! The Reds made the playoffs this year, and no one talks about them at all. They are a ghost of a team. Yeah, the Reds did make the playoffs, but it wasn't about the Reds making the playoffs, as that's a really nice curveball on the outside part of the plate. Nelson Cruz, 278 average with a home run and 3 RBI. It was less about the Reds making the playoffs and more about the Mets not making the playoffs. And they shouldn't. They should be more exciting. That is hit and can't get the... Ooh. The dive is off. The throw to third is out. Really aggressive base running in MLB 11. That was a really bad set, and that did not get nearly deep enough. And the batter was not nearly... Or the runner, excuse me, was not nearly fast enough. I mean, he stood there and waited. I bet if you asked most people what teams made the playoffs this year, the Guardians and the Reds would probably be the two that people forget. That's which is wild. I think part of the problem is felt like they kind of backed into the playoffs. Whereas, like, you could look at the Mariners and you could go, well, they took advantage of some funky situations in front of them and took advantage of that. I don't know. It's just so weird. The Mets always lose. Yeah. Even when the Mets win, somehow they lose. Thought about swinging, but didn't. Let's look and see. What was the Reds' last 10 record, you think? I'm going to guess 5-5. Throws over to first and back. Oh, they were 7-3 in their last 10. Okay. Last 10 of the regular season. They were technically 0-2 in the playoffs. Pitch sales high. Oh. 4-game sweep of the Cubs. They won a series against the Cardinals. They lost a series to the Pirates. They did beat the Brewers. That strike into the bottom of the zone before they lost 10-5 and 8-4 in the playoffs. That AL Central, or the NL Central, excuse me, could so easily be 4 teams deep, but the Pirates are just so bad. We've talked about that before. That is lined out to left field. They will hold the runner at second smartly. So 2 on. Because the AL Central is so weak, I think a lot of people would guess Guardians because they do make it a lot just lose fast. Yeah, I think Detroit stole so many headlines that they, like, people would accidentally get the Tigers. Like, yeah, I think Detroit made it, and I just don't think they would assume 2 AL Central teams. That pitch is outside. It'd be an interesting poll. The Reds would be the number 1 most forgotten team. And then just whichever AL Central team, number 2. That pitch is in for a strike. Wonder if people would get all 3 AL East teams. Brains have been like 7 the last 10 postseasons. That's fair. That is fouled away. Fair ball. I wonder if the Padres would be forgotten as well. So I don't know. Those wildcard games in the NL were so odd. The Dodgers swept, and then the Shadows in Wrigley were just so odd. But I like J-Ram a lot. Yeah, I think J-Ram's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. 3 hits for Cincinnati, but winds up with no runs. A little too aggressive on the base running, in my opinion. They get the strikeout. 2 strikeouts, and then a throw out on the base paths. Odd. Michael Bourne. Oh, what? Jason Bourne? Center fielder. Leads off for the Chicago Cubs. Martin Prado. Martin Prado? Martin? Left fielder. Troy Tulowitzki, the shortstop. Right fielder, J.D. Drew. Catcher, Josh Thole. First baseman, Derek Barton. Argenius Diaz, a designated hitter. Alberto Calypso at third base. Calaspo. I always say his name wrong. Ricky Weeks at second. Boof Bonser, 1-0 with a 3 ERA. 1 game, 3 innings, 4 hits, 0s in the strikeouts and the walks. That's a 1-1. It's a 1-1. That game really flashed that one away from me. J-Ram's my favorite non-Giants player. Boof Bonser. Like we've seen Boof pitch before. I think we got his other start. He missed contact on a bunt to start the game? What? Video game? Are you okay? Fouls that one away. Quickly 0-2. It's a bold move to turn off my Xbox, as that is in about the same spot. If I hit the wrong button on the console that's just below it, it's a reset of the PS2. Troy, 2 low, underrated career. Very good shortstop. Great last name. Love saying Tulowitzki. He played for... When I think of Troy Tulowitzki, I think of Colorado. Is that accurate? Is that fair? Troy 2. There he is. That is in for a strike. Low in the zone. Colorado Rockies, 2006 to 2015. Couple years with the Blue Jays. Looks like he missed 2018 and then 2019 for the Yankees. Who's your favorite non-Mariners active player? Oh boy. You know, I like PCA a lot. My brain thinks of Tulo and the Rockies. Yeah. That jumps to my head as well. Yeah, PCA jumps to my brain. I could give you kind of a cheat answer that's Seiya Suzuki. Because we had him on the team for the back half of the season. We always get one of those. One of those really, really weird... Oh, Ellie De La Cruz would be up there. Giants played Rockies in the division, so I definitely... Oh, yeah, absolutely. That one is fouled away. Yeah, PCA, Ellie De La Cruz... That's probably my 1-2. But even some of that's still kind of in that video game sphere. I really like Ellie De La Cruz's swing in Diamond Dynasty. As we see an out at first base. But he's also a ton of fun to watch. Troy Tulowitzki has a couple RBIs with a pretty decent looking batting average. Steps up to the plate against the right-hander. Nobody on 2 outs. That one is lined out to left, or right, excuse me. And that is out number 3. So, 1-2-3 inning for the Cubs. Morrison, Guzman, and Arincia. Arancibia. No, was that the pronunciation you gave me? No, it's a different player. Ba, ba, ba. Where'd it go? Arancibia. Shota Imanaga. Not re-signing with the Cubs was not what I expected. Yeah, I was surprised to see that as well. Nice dive by the first baseman. Flips over to the pitcher covering. Out number 1. Oh, please don't join the Dodgers. Mariners could use a starter, lefty starter. Tarek Skubal. What's his face? Shota. Mariners parted ways with Mitch Garver. First base dive was a cool animation. Yeah, the animations are pretty solid in these some of these older games. 1-0. 1 away here in the top of the second. Lefty winds, fires. That is over the plate for a strike. 1-1. Their pitch from the lefty inside. Went with that big curve ball, but missed. Two and one. That one misses high. 3-1. So here's where the computer likes to get nice and aggressive. 3-1 count. I'd like this batter for Cincinnati to be carefully aggressive. And that's exactly what you're talking about. Pick a spot, basically where you would set with like a PCI and go, if it's here, I will swing. If it's anywhere else, just let it go, because you're able to work a walk in that scenario. And because he didn't look very good. It wasn't like the pitches were particularly close to the zone. So top of the second, 1 on, 1 away. That pitch is low in the dirt. Nicely blocked by the catcher. Got that first out pretty quickly, but looked a little shaky on these last two batters. Center fielder with a nice reach over in the gap to secure out number 2, and that'll push the runner back to first. 1 on, 2 outs. Starlin Castro, few RBI to start the season, 1 stolen base. Oh, well. That one misses low. That one misses low. 2-0. Maybe a little too cute on that second pitch, trying to bait the swing. Finally finds the zone with that pitch to make it 2-1. It's always weird to still see active players in these old games. Yeah, it's odd. We had the Kershaw start the other day. That was funky. I think that was actually on... Is that Sunday? Here comes the 2-2. Rolls over, foul up the third base side. That one misses just outside. He is really trying to tease the edge of this zone, but can't get this Can't get the batter to swing. It's a really good eye by the Reds batter. That one is hit out to center. The hit and run pulled the second baseman way out of position. Kind of a funky play there. He probably had a good shot at grabbing that ball, but with the runner in motion, or the game just had a funky animation. Kershaw's in MLB 09. That was his rookie year. Damn. Was he on the starting roster? Opening day roster is what I'm trying to say. Because that's where it gets kind of weird, is theoretically Kershaw could be in, if he's a rookie. Well, I guess maybe he'd be in the game just in general, because if you do the franchise mode, you'd be able to call him up. Hit sharply up the third base side. Foul. I don't know how accurate the AAA and AA and I don't know how accurate those rosters are. Now it could basically just be an email of like, here's our height, weight, name for all our players. Which developed in this game for 3 platforms back then. Two and two with 2 on and 2 out. It's Deuces Wild here. He's going to fire over. And safe. Lefty fires wide and evens the count, or brings it to a full count.
Give him the juice, baby.
They put a runner in motion, going to second base. It's fouled away. So he'll stay alive, and we'll get another payoff pitch right here. They call him out on strikes at the top of the zone. Camera not super friendly there, as the catcher just kind of waits because they don't want him to go down the stairs. J.D. Drew steps in. He takes a strike at the bottom of the zone. Cincinnati with 4 hits and a couple of opportunities, but they cannot cash in runners at a runner at third in that last inning, and they got an out at third in the first. So funky start here. But hey, that's MLB The Show 11, or MLB 11 The Show, whatever. MLB 11. That pitch is outside. That pitch misses out as well. That one's low, and they work a walk. So nice job by the Cubs there to get a runner on. Oof, not looking good here for the Cubs. An 0.91 average. It's going to be one of those funky games where Chicago wins with like a hit, That is lined out to left. Just needed that to drop in the grass. Oh, it is Derek. Okay. I was correct. That is hit out to right. See if the Cubs want to go first and third. They do not. They'll play station to station. That'll bring in Diaz here with 2 on and 1 away. First Cubs hit is a single. Thought about swinging, but called a strike either way. That's kind of a good break for the Cubs there. As that rolls up the first baseline foul. See if he can just get something into the outfield. Barely gets a piece of it to stay alive. 0-2, 1 away, 2 on, bottom second. We're all knotted up at 0 here in the first of 4 games. As that is popped foul. First baseman has a read on it, and it drops into his glove. He just never looked comfortable at the plate. It's a nice pitch in for a strike. Good eye. Not really going to do a whole lot with it, so let it be a strike. That pitch is outside. Pitcher readies the 1-1 pitch. Here it comes, and it is hit. The shortstop will throw it over to first, and that is out. Number 3. So we will head to the top of the third. Still tied at 0. Cubs put a couple men on, but can't bring them around. It's so far been a long game of missed opportunities, and it's only been 2 innings. Jeff Keppinger has no average. See what he can do here against the lefty for the Cubs. That pitch is in for a strike. That pitch misses for a ball. Good eye. That is hit to the second baseman. Missed it. Oh, he walked right over the top of it. It looked like he had a good beat on it, but the cruelty of PlayStation 2 baseball gets the Chicago Cubs. Even in real life, Keppinger was known for his defense, not his bat. That is hit up the third base line, but foul. Do they score that an error or a hit? Game summary, box score. They score it a hit. Okay. No more 0-0 average. Oh, good for him. That pitch just doesn't get the corner. Looked like it was a pretty good location, but Our angle might be just a little off. It's probably further wide than we realize. One on, nobody out. The left-handed, the lefty checks on the batter runner at first. He's back safely. That one's fouled away. That is hit up the third base side. Are they going to go first to third? They will not. So Cincinnati. Aggressive base running early, but not now. Move station to station. Ty Wigington, season average is 400. Probably a good thing for them to just, you know what, just play, go station to station. Plenty of outs to work with. That is a strike. Oh, that'd be incredible. Ooh, that's hit right to the third baseman. That was caught on the fly. Wow. Okay. Imagine being OBP finally getting on base and call it an error. It's just, yeah, it was a weird series of events there. They are putting a runner in motion. That'll keep him out of the double play. It was a good call, not good contact at all. They go to first for the out, the only play that was available. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Runner on third again for Cincinnati, and they are going to get a run in. They might get two. That's the second time we've seen that from the Cubs in this inning. It looks like it's going to be an easy peasy out. They're going to get out of the jam, and they just walk right over the top of it. Wow. 2-0 Cincinnati with 2 outs at the top of the third. Christian Guzman stepping in. Third base catch play, should have dropped it. Double play. Yeah. Those are some of the hardest to realize what's going on. Because I'll be on defense sometimes and think I need to throw it to first, and I don't. It's such a quick snap. Hard to tell if it hits and bounces or whatever, but. So here's the 2-0 pitch. That's off the end of the bat. Shortstop picks it up that time, fires over to first, and that'll do it for the top half of the third, but Cincinnati puts up 2. And they're up 2-0. Weeks, Bourne, Prado coming to the plate for the Cubs. Okay, see if the Cubs can get a little bit of a rally started here. The pitch is in for a strike. Look pretty hittable, but maybe just do the team thing. Pick up a strike, and then we'll move on from there. That one misses high. Good eye. That's where I definitely get into some trouble. Take a strike, and then a pitch right on the edge of the zone, and quickly it's 0-2, and here comes the 1-1. That one misses low. Pitch sails high. 3-1. It is indeed 3-1. That's outside. Nice eye. Ball 4. And that'll put Ricky Weeks on first. Tying run comes to the plate. Michael Bourne. See if this Reds pitcher can bounce back. Got that first pitch strike and then just 4 straight balls. This one a little late on it. Diving effort by the third baseman. Cannot quite get there. So it's just a strike on the Cubs hitter. That is swung on over the top. Strike 2. Back to first, and he is safe. The 0-2 just misses low. And to pull a quote from MLB The Show 25, that was close. I don't know how you take that. I did see an interesting post today as there's another check on the runner at first. It was the Video Game History organization, I believe. That pitch misses high and inside. Oops, I don't want that. No. Search. That one gets the strike at the bottom. Right in the corner. Inside corner. There was some never before heard rejected audio from MLB Slugfest, which was interesting. They found a CD that has like just a bunch of files that the MLB rejected. I saw that today. It's pretty interesting. Let's go see if I can pull some of those files. That one's a pitch outside. Does get a nice call for strike 3. One good pitch here to induce a ground ball double play. That's not what I was talking about, but that'll put runners on first and second. So now the go-ahead run steps in. Troy Tulowitzki is 0 for 1. Does have a 385 average on the season. A couple RBI. No long balls yet for Troy here. That is going to go to the third baseman. He's going to go to second, late to first. So the Cubs still have some life here. 2 away. Catcher set up pretty far outside, but the pitch is not in that location. Catches the outside part of the plate and is strike 1. That one misses low and inside. That's caught on the fly. What a catch to end the game for the Reds. I thought it was just a nice dive, but it's even better than you would think it was. Ended the game. The Cincinnati Reds do what the Cubs defense cannot, and it takes care of outs in the infield. The Reds win 2-0 with a couple of funky runs. 3 innings, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts. Boof Bonser, your player of the game. 7 hits for just the 2 runs. Only a couple of hits for Chicago. Barry Zito gets the loss, his second of the season, and Boof improves to 2-0. We watch every Boof Bonzer start here on youtube.com/ShaunosaurusRex as we take a look at the series record. I like that we get these end of series stats. That's a lot of fun. Just so many more at-bats. 14 additional at-bats. Almost 100 points better average. Cincinnati nearly doubled the hits. And that'll do it for game number 1. And we are going... We watched Cardinals Brewers the other day. Astros taking on the Pirates. A couple of 5-win teams here. We'll catch up on scores after this. Here's your stolen bases. 7 for Boston. Seattle already has 6. I have maybe 6 total stolen bases in my life. I just do not know how to steal. Colorado, Tampa Bay, Florida, Kansas City, and Oakland all looking for their first. And 5 teams with over 5 steals. 5 steals or more already. So, welcome to Pittsburgh, PNC Park, as the Astros stroll on in as a member of the NL Central to take on the fellow NL Central Pittsburgh Pirates. It is so wild that they were like, yeah, the AL West can just be 4 teams forever. I don't think anybody's complaining about it, considering the fact that none of those teams were good. I guess Los Angeles did win a World Series in 2002, so what am I talking about? Do we have a player to watch? It is Alfonso Soriano, 375 average, 1 RBI so far this season. Sean Figgins is going to lead things off for the Astros. The switch hitter plays at third base, followed by designated hitter Skip Schumacher. Left fielder is Matt Holliday. Right fielder Carlos Quinton. Catcher Buster Posey. First baseman Billy Butler. Center fielder Colby Erasmus. Second baseman Omar Infante. Shortstop is Marco Scudero. I don't know why I was going to say Morocco. Don't get distracted. Lock in, because they're going to give you that pitching stats. You got to be ready to roll, Sean. Come on. Chris Volstad. 1 win, no losses, 3 innings, 1 game. Nope, that's a loss. That is a loss on me. Got stuck on the name a little bit. 1 game, 3 innings, 2 hits, no walks, 1 strikeout for Volstad. So the righty readies to pitch to Figgins. Now when he goes for that bunt. I think we've already seen Sean Figgins drop down a pretty nice bunt this season. We had the Astros. Hopefully we have it had every team 1 or 2 times-ish. Yeah, we saw them back playing against the Reds. This one is sent out to left. Oh, it gets over him. It's going to get to the wall. And that is going to allow him to attempt a triple, in which Sean Figgins will be in safely. That animation can sometimes look a little bit funky, and that's exactly why. It looks like the left fielder has a good beat on it. Instead, it gets over his hand. Skip Schumacher. Skip Schumacher. So just like that, Houston has a man in business. Went for the dive, and it's going to score a run. They are going to try for another triple. Walk-off, you were just asking about triples the other day. How about two? Not one, but two to lead off the game. A triple and then a run-scoring triple. To be fair, the first one a little more impressive. Probably only got the triple because of the missed dive. But hey, if you're going to go for it, you better come up with that ball. This one will be popped into foul territory. Right fielder gives chase and it drops foul. Here's the 0-1, stays high, ball one. My pitch is outside. It'll be ball two, 2-1. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch from the Pirates. Volstad. Big swing and a miss. Just got him into a little bit of an auto swing mode. Just kept going to that bottom part of the zone until you showed that you weren't going to swing at it. Carlos Quinton, 278 average, a home run, couple RBIs. No steals. Still a bunch of ways to get this runner in from third. That's hit well, but foul ball. Foul ball looked like it hit up in that second deck or upper deck, but apparently it didn't. Big swing and a miss. Nice job here by number 44 to settle things down a little bit. It's 1-2. Here it comes. It's inside. It hits him. It hits him. That'll put another runner on. And Buster Posey, wearing a San Francisco Giant hat, but now playing for the Houston Astros. The man now in charge of constructing that roster. Brought in Rafi Devers. Runners on the corners, one away. That pitch is low. Kind of a commentator's curse. Not quite as bad as the Mets game the other day, but that pitch is high. Did get the strike call, though. That one misses. Did he get the strike call? Hang on. He did. Right at the top of the zone. That one misses low and outside, and that is a walk. So, 2 triples, got a couple of outs. No, it's just the 1 out. It was the 1 out, and then he had him on the ropes. Then he hit him. Boy, this game's getting weird. Today's my Friday. I hope you enjoy sleeping in tomorrow. I hope you didn't miss the 2 triples that happened at the start of this game. Not sure how that was a strike, but okay. Oh, 1, 1 away. Bases juiced. That is to the first baseman. He'll step in, fire to second. Everybody's safe. Everybody's safe. Oh my goodness. Just take the out at first. Help yourselves out a little bit. Colby Rasmus, 417 average, 1 RBI, 1 stolen base. Waking up at 6:30 is every day is rough. Yeah, that's brutal. It's only going to get harder the colder it gets and the darker it is outside. That pitch is outside. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, two triples to lead off the game here for Houston. That is going to split the gap. It's going to score 1. They will hold station to station. Keeps the bases juiced, but it is 3-0. Omar Infante, 273 average with an RBI. That is in for a strike. That is knocked out to left. Will they go station to station? They will. Marco Scudero. 1-2-1. Home run, ribby, stolen base. So a very long first inning of work here for the Pirates. Is this the oldest MLB The Show I have? No, I have MLB 06. I have every MLB The Show between 06 and 20... Well, physically through 23. Yeah, physically through 23. I bought 25. I think 24 was on PlayStation Plus. So I don't know that I technically own a copy of MLB The Show 24. Well, that's out to center. This time they are not going to go station to station. It'll be a 2 RBI single. And the Houston Astros really poured it on the Pirates early. Sean Figgins. So they have batted around here in the top of the first. '06 is the first one ever. Because it was just called MLB. But for whatever reason, the MLB games were a year ahead for... I don't know why. Like, it was like MLB or MVP Baseball 2004, but it was like the 2003 season. It's so odd. And I think MLB, the Sony-produced ones, which were 989 Studios, they were the same way. So then they released MLB 06, but I think that came out in 2005. And then... oh yeah, no problem. Enjoy the game. Let's see, MLB 2006 PS2. Nope, that's not actually what I want. There it is. MLB 2006. MLB 2006. So that one, which had, I believe that's the one that has Vlad Guerrero. Does it say who was on the cover? Yeah, Vlad Guerrero, and that was released in April of 2005, but was numbered for the next year. So I don't know. The whole thing's weird. PlayStation Portable version, simply titled MLB, was released in April 2005. I had that game. That one will be rolled over. Flipped over to first. That'll take care of the inning, but Houston comes up huge. 6 runs on 6 hits. And we're heading to the bottom half. So then what about MLB 06 this show? David Ortiz. Nick Markakis is going to lead off here for the Pittsburgh Pirates. They're going to need a big response inning. Nick Johnson at first base. Second baseman Robinson Cano. Third baseman Jose Bautista. Designated hitter Seth Smith. Left fielder Alfonso Soriano. Catcher Miguel Olivio. Miguel Olivio. Center fielder Crispy Young, Crispy Quick. And shortstop Ryan Thoreau. What year was Ryan Howard on the cover? That would be MLB 08. Dustin Pedroia was on 09. And a Met was on 2007. So, yeah, MLB 08. God, why do I know that? I knew that without, like, hesitation. Oops. Yeah. It's a good cover. Not my favorite style, but... Because this... Sony San Diego not only did MLB, but they also had an NBA series as well for a few years. NBA The Inside, which I believe I own 3 or 4 years of that. Ryan Terrio. 1 day we'll learn. 2-0 here, so not the cleanest start. 2-1 gets the call on the outside. I mean, if I'm the manager for the Astros here, I'm like, just throw strikes. If you give up a solo shot, hey, we're only up 5 instead of 6. Be aggressive. We have a huge lead early. Let's get the heck out of here. That is hit to the second baseman, who bobbles it. Gathers and fires out by a couple of steps. And that will bring up Nick Johnson. What'd you say? Warriors Suns. Do you think the Warriors Suns game is going to be good? Are the Suns good? That one right at the top of the zone. Oh, 2 football games are on right now. Nice. No, it's helpful. This one is going out to left field. Left fielder gives chase and makes the catch on the run. Oh, no, you're fine. It's helpful. Just please don't be offended if I don't ever remember. It's all good. It is helpful because I don't get the advantage of... I feel like I'm in a pretty good rhythm. When you play MLB The Show for 5 years, you get a pretty good feel for how the names are pronounced because you hear it over and over and over again. But I have the commentary turned off. It's all good. Oh, the Suns are 3-4. The Warriors are 4-3. Devin Booker, okay. Oh, Darren Brooks. Gross. Or Devin Brooks. Dylan Brooks. He's out. Jalen Green is out. Looks like they're pretty evenly matched. It could be a fun win. Or a fun game. Except for Phoenix is 0-3 on the road. That is in for a strike. And the Warriors are undefeated at home. Huh. Why are you starting a game at 8 p.m.? That is hit up the middle for a single. Thunder still haven't lost a game. Wow. Oh, were the Cougars playing tonight? Speaking of basketball and my shirt. Steph Curry is playing. Watching him play is worth it to me. The legend of the game is actually fun to watch. I do love watching Steph Curry. I love his quick release of the ball. That one fouled away. Let's see. We have NCAA basketball. Anything interesting going on there? Probably not. Jimmy Fallon, Robinson Cano prank. Okay. I will check that out. Hawaii's playing Oregon. That one's fouled away. I think they might have played yesterday. That is hit hard, but well foul into the second deck. One of the more absurd upsets happened in college basketball yesterday. Boise State lost to a Division II team that I guess has their school in an old mall. Hawaii Pacific. They won by one. It's a wild story and a wild start to the season. Where is... Oh, here. Make your life easier, Sean. Pac-12. Oh, because they're pulling the WCC. That is hit up the third base line. West Coast. Ooh, Cougars lost to Idaho. Eesh. Not great. Alright, here we go. Let's lock in. 6-0. Bottom of the first here. Swing and a miss ends the inning. Hawaii travel schedule must be crazy. Yeah. And that wasn't even Hawaii. It was a different Hawaii. Hawaii, the Rainbow Warriors, are playing in Oregon tonight. So here we go. Top of the second. Starter comes back out for the Pirates and gives up a hit immediately. Okay. Boy, this is going to just be a long game for Pittsburgh. They are going to bring in a new pitcher immediately. That kind of hitched the game up a little bit. Javier Lopez, straight zeros. I win that time. They always give us more time with the relievers for some reason. So one on, nobody out here in the top of the second. Funky sidewinder. Sidewinder release. And that pitch misses low for a ball. That pitch misses wide for a ball. That one somehow is a strike. It's a giant at one point in his career. Huh? Readies and fires. That one misses. The other pitch that looked lower from our angle was a strike. Really working this bottom part of the zone. Good patience for Houston. 3-1. That is in. Okay. Strike two. Just a one-year thing. Yeah, I feel like if you can't nail down a year, or you just kind of go like, at one point, I think. That sounds like a 1 year. Oh my goodness. Not a great effort out there in center. Just kind of let that happen. We've seen a lot of throws get runners at third base. It's good aggressive base running. Speaking of San Francisco Giants, here's Buster Posey. Nobody out. If you're curious, the most runs that we have seen scored, 13. That was St. Louis over Cincinnati. That was a brutal game. Relievers don't usually get long contracts. That's true. That one's outside. See what Posey can do here. He's looking at a 1-2 count. Nobody out. Runners on the corners. That is, just a nice little bloop shot. Right fielder picks it up. Strong throw in, bounces, and late. Since you looked at standings last night, look at the league leaders at the end of the lane. Sure. You can dig around in there a little bit. That's a good suggestion. Thank you. Billy Butler. 1 for 1 with a single and an RBI. There's still nobody out. It's 7-0. It's the top of the second. This one is... It'll be out number 1, but it'll score the runner from third more than likely. They'll fire into the cutoff, and he doesn't even bother to try, and then rips it to second for some reason. A Posey RBI indeed. Colby Rasmus, 1 for 1 with a single. I don't think Houston doesn't have any home runs. It's just been... Well, part of it was a horrible decision by one of the infielders for Pittsburgh, but it's been a lot of that. Just line drives and bloop shots, taking advantage of runners in scoring position and bases loaded situations. That strike is in at the top of the zone. Oh and 1 away. That one's in for a strike. Buster Posey's second favorite player of all time, Willie Mays, number 1. It's a good 1-2. That one's outside. Eight nothing Houston. And unfortunately for us, Houston's on the road here, so we're stuck looking at the bottom of the third. And that pitch, you can see that little blue blip blinking way out of the zone. Omar Infante, 1 for 1 with a single. He's knocked in a run. So 2 gone here in the top of the second. That's outside. Kevin Mitchell, Will Clark, and Lincecum hold deep places. Nice. Lincecum's a fun guy to watch pitch. I don't know why the story about the dollar always stuck in my head. Well, he put like a dollar in front, and so he has that very specific landing thing. 2 and 1. That one is a broken bat. It wasn't an out. Did he not have he had a shot at that? Maybe? I don't know. Right back to the first baseman. He'll step on the bag, and that'll finally end the inning. Not as damaging as the first inning, but they still pick up 2 runs. Smith, Soriano, and Olivio. Hey, go Mariners. Coming up. Olivio. Boy, this is just such a bad Mariners offensive era. Seth Smith. When the pitcher for your team wins the Cy Young with a losing record, I don't even need to know how many 1-0 games Felix Hernandez got charged with a loss in. He's out there throwing 7 innings, a 2-hit, 1-run ball. The offense can't do anything. You know what? Speaking of... So it'll be number retirements for the Mariners. Will be Randy Johnson next year. They'll have 2 51s retired. King Felix. I wonder if they'll do anything for Kyle Seager. I don't know that his career was long enough or prolific enough. But I think we're going to get a long stretch of no number retirements. They all kind of showed up. Once Griffey was finally able to... They were finally able to honor him. That was when the floodgates opened. Let's give wife. Passing was rough. Damn. Personal pain and loss in baseball and life. He destroyed his body for a short baseball career. He won a ring, though. At least, right? Not that that makes up for all those other things. Is Buhners retired or just out of circulation? Safe at second. That was some aggressive base running. Oh, that's a great question. How long did he play for? Let's see. Jay Buhner. Mariners from 88 to 01. Okay. Let's see. That's outside. Jay Buhner overview. What number did he wear? Number 19 has not been issued since, though it has not been officially retired. Interesting. I will be totally honest. I missed everything that just happened. He won 3 rings and 2 Cy Youngs with the Giants. Okay. It absolutely doesn't make up for all your personal pain. But if you're going to go all out for your baseball career, I hope that you were rewarded with the ultimate glory of a championship. And I'm happy to hear that he really racked up the hardware. I was actually going to look up Lincecum. Okay, so Buhner would be an excellent number to retire as well. So we'll look up Kyle Seager. We'll look up Tim Lincecum. Tim Lincecum. That one is up the third base line, but foul. 4-time All-Star, 3-time World Champion, 2010, 12, and 14. Won 2 NL Cy Youngs back-to-back years. First MLB appearance, May 6th, 2007 for San Francisco. August 5th for the Los Angeles Angels. one's inside. Second World Series. Ooh, third World Series. Huh. Fouled away. Oh, okay. That's... Man, that like super sucks. Okay. So then Kyle Seager. Very early on the swing timing, four-seam fastball at 88 miles per hour. Pretty good, like, hittable location, but just couldn't connect. .37 career WAR for Seager. Played in from 2011 to 2021. His best years were 2014 through 2016. Average 4 WAR. Yeah, maybe Jay Buhner's a good pick. Okay. That one is fouled off. 8-1 here in the bottom of the second. 2-2 with 2 out. 1 on. And that is outside for ball 3. So count is full. Astros have been so commandingly in control of this one. Got under that one just a little bit. It'll be out to left field. This will do it for inning number 2. But the Pirates do at least get a run on the board. 3 hits, 1 run. Scutaro, Figgins, and Schumacher. Coming up. Tim Lincecum. Got busted for weed in Seattle. Oh, cool. Didn't care, didn't suspend him. I knew it was born to the right franchise. That's awesome. What are we going to do? It's legal in Washington. Yeah, that's right. You'll do fucking nothing. That is outside. Bring the cheese. Gromit, we've forgotten the cheese. That's inside. That's a little too much cheese on that one. That one is hit out to left. Let's see if these Pirates can have a good, clean defensive inning. A mess in the first, not great in the second. Soriano. Sean Figgins, 429 average, couple RBI. Had a triple. It was right when California made it legal. The drug prescription. Everywhere else it was still illegal. Yeah, because Denver and Colorado and Washington were like 2 of the first, and then they went to the Super Bowl, so that was exciting for both of those cities and states. There's out number 2. So this left-handed sidewinder. Houston's not seeing it well is really the point that you're trying to make there. Scoop Schumacher, 1 for 2 with a triple, a run, and an RBI. Sean. That is fouled away at the dish. Fouled away. So Lopez working lefty-lefty here. That one stays well outside. That one stays high. Oh my goodness, had him 0-2 and just getting a little cute here. Count is full, and he hasn't even taken the bat off the shoulder. And walked him. Okay, so had him with an 0-2 count and then 4 straight balls and nothing really all that competitive. I'll bring in Matt Holliday. 1 for 2 with a single and a run. Just what it was looking like. Maybe the Pirates would get through this Astros half of the inning with a clean inning. They'd issue a walk. Thought about swinging, and he went. Okay. Catcher off, asked for the assistance down the line, and gets the strike. That is fouled away. That is a big swing and a miss. So, the lefty does issue a walk, but you throw a goose egg up on that one. Still 8-1, no hits, just the one walk. Markakis, Johnson, and Cano coming in for the Mariners. For the Pirates. I saw Robinson Cano. I was like, man, remember when he was on the Mariners? That was pretty sweet. And then I was thinking about Seattle. So the righty winds, fires inside for ball 1. Again, you got to tell this pitcher just go right after him. There's no reason to be dancing around the edges of the zone. That one is in for a strike. That one fouled away. That one's fouled away as well. That one's inside. Okay. Remember when I was like, man, we just have to play this bottom of the third because we're in Pittsburgh? Just throw pitches in the zone. There is no reason. You're up by 7. Throw it in the zone. Who cares? Look at that. You threw it in the zone. You got an out. Unbelievable. Wow, the Bulls are 5-1. Huh. Good for them. All right, 1 away. Houston's up 7 here in the bottom of the third. That is knocked out to left. First pitch swinging, you love to see it. Robinson Cano. That one's inside. So 1 on, 1 out here as Cano steps in. It's a 1-0 count now. Bottom 3. Pittsburgh's down by 7. Okay, now they've lined it into left. Are they going to go around to third? They are. Fires in from center field and way late. So runners on the corners were not. The Astros aren't out of this mess yet. Or this game yet. Jose Bautista. The heinous beard and way too much sideburn. That pitch is low. Brandon Belt had 16 fouls in 1 at-bat, 21 pitch at-bat overall. Ended in an out. That's a long at-bat. That is hit out to right. Maybe has a bead on it. Reaches out the glove. Runner tags at third. Too long of a throw to get it in. So the Pirates will score one more. 8-2 now. As the Astros will bring in a pitcher. Manuel Corpus. Manuel Corpus. 1 game, 0-1 record. Does have a 27 ERA with just 1 inning pitched. Yeah, bat was 13 minutes long. That could not happen. Now the pitch clock is there. A 13-minute at-bat. Oh, good Lord. That pitch is on the outside for a ball. Astros, you do not need to tease the edge of the zone. Throw strikes, please. We have other games to get to. People have things to do. We have other games to commentate, for the love of God. Okay, that's hit foul. That ball's foul. Thank you, umpire. We appreciate you. 1-1. 2 gone here. That one's in for a strike, just on the inside part of the plate. Now 1-2. That is hit out to left. Left fielder has it lined up and makes the catch. Sometimes I feel like MLB The Show is trying to break the fouls record in their modern games. I mean, they might be. So this one was kind of out of hand from the start. 6 runs in the first for the Houston Astros, and they run away with this one 8-2. Skip Schumacher, 1 for 2 with a triple and an RBI. He knocked in just the 1, but still gets the player of the game. Jason Hamill gets the win. Chris Volstad gets the loss. Each pitcher now 1-1. Nobody really did anything all that exciting. Quinton scored twice. 1 hit and 1 at-bat. Yeah, okay. Funky. All right. Well, that'll do it for game number 2. Houston takes this series 2-1 over Pittsburgh. Pretty significant gap in average, though the at-bats weren't all that different. Only one home run in the whole series. And we will move on, but not before we catch up on some scores. The Rays improved to 6-3 with a 2-0 victory. Guardians take out the Blue Jays 3-2. Braves fall to the Nationals. I need to look at the logo. Nationals beat the Braves 6-4. Rockies over the Mets 5-2, so the Mets continue to struggle. Phillies take out the Marlins in a bit of a revenge game, 2-1. Tigers over the White Sox 1-0. Royals take out the Twins 2-0. We watched the Reds beat the Cubs by a score of 2-0. Cardinals over the Brewers 4-1. Red Sox all over the Yankees. The Red Sox score as many runs as they have, wins 7-0. A touchdown victory. And we just watched the Astros beat the Pirates. We are moving on to the Rangers and the Athletics. Game number 3, we have Dodgers Padres coming up next after this. So, Texas and Oakland. Like to see fewer of these AL West standings. We know them. Shut up, MLB The Show. I know it. Swap this thumbnail out. Just in case people scroll and accidentally, they're like, I haven't watched this video. I'm like, haha, that means that the tricks are working. Welcome on in to the Oakland Coliseum. Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. Capacity 35,067. Whoops. 5-4 Rangers taking on the 4-4 Athletics. Mariners in first place in the division. And the Angels kind of in not a distant last, but not a great last. Kevin Youkilis, our player to watch. Not really sure why with that average. It was fun to watch Kevin Youkilis, I guess. Matt Kemp is going to lead things off for the Texas Ranger, the center fielder. Adam LaRoche at first. Jay Bruce in right field. Dan Ugla? Second baseman Ian Stewart at third. Oh, pardon me. Dan Johnson, designated hitter. Ian Desmond, the shortstop. Mike Napoleon Dynamite's back at catcher. And Milton Bradley in left field. They had a lot to say about Matt Kemp, I assume, because it really hung up there on him. He's like, we got to talk about it. Ripped the Coliseum. Oop. Practically grew up in Candlestick Park and the Coliseum. Now both my childhood stadiums are gone. It sucks. Wade Davis, 0-1 with a 4.50 ERA. 1 game, 4 innings, 4 hits, no walks, 1 strikeout. Even reading chat, I was still able to win that battle. So here we go. Matt Kemp, 429 average. Maybe a more interesting player to watch. 1, 2, 3 home run, RBI, stolen bases. Kevin Youkilis, who might have 1 hit all season. That is lined out to left. Going to get all the way to the wall, so should be a nice easy double for Kemp. Who starts things off loudly for the Texas Rangers, who I believe last time we actually watched this game. Rangers Angels. No, it was Rangers Angels. No, it was Athletics at Rangers. Okay, that was all the way back on day 4. Whatever the hell that was. Would have been 7 in-game days ago, which would be like 8 or 9. A Sunday, maybe? Friday or Sunday? Last month? After the heartbreaking finish Giants and 49ers with A's and the Raiders in just two stadiums with a great area of Bay Area sports. Yeah? Now, two of the teams moved to Vegas. And I don't think anyone really cares. I mean, the Raiders brought in Pete Carroll because Pete Carroll and Jim Harbaugh can't get away from each other. Have they broken ground on the stadium, the baseball stadium in Vegas? That seems like that's been a whole problem as well. 2-2. Swing and a miss. So, pitcher gives up the leadoff double, but comes back with a strong strikeout. Jay Bruce has a home run on the season. A's are in Sacramento. The Las Vegas deal hasn't actually been made final. Good God. That pitch is in for a strike. That pitch misses inside for a ball. I mean, you kind of hope that it maybe falls through. Sometimes you just, maybe greed shouldn't win. Just a thought. And maybe every once in a while you see, somebody go, hey, I have a great idea. You're like, well, you're a billionaire, so you can't possibly have a good idea. But wait, hold on. What if I told you that we rip a team away from its fan base, complain about small market size, but not do anything about it? I can't. It's too late. It's too late to be this spicy. It's not that late, but it's infuriating. Dan Uggla steps in. It's Flanders' parents in The Simpsons going, like, we've tried nothing and we're all out of ideas, man. This RBI single here in the top of the first puts Texas on the board. That's what you like to see. Just a little bloop shot into right or center or left, whatever. You don't need the big home run swing. Just pop it up. You got a guy 90 feet away. A's owner is so bad. Jeff Fisher is just a trash human being. Caught out in center field. And more than just baseball. Jeff Fisher, the A's owner. Okay. Wait, are there two sucky Jeff Fishers? Also owns a company called the Redwood Company, which clear cuts thousands of old redwood trees. Oh, God. Jacoby Ellsbury, the lefty in center field, will lead things off for the Oakland Athletics. Darnell McDonald, the designated hitter. Kevin Youkilis at third. Adam Lind at second. Vlad Guerrero in right field. Hideki Matsui in left. Clint Barnes at shortstop. Jose Lopez over at second. Chris Snyder at catcher. It's a notable name lineup. Hideki Matsui, Vlad Guerrero, Kevin Youkilis. Zach Duke. 1 win, no losses, and an ERA of 3 in 1 game. 3 innings. I lost that one. 2.14, which is hits, walks, strikeouts. Yeah, hits, walks, strikeouts. Jacoby Ellsbury is going to lead things off, like I just said. So we read the lineup. That one's fouled away. Ellsbury was kind of a big name. Okay. That one fouled away.
That's a foul ball.
It's foul ball. 0-2. That pitch misses low. Esberry had some wheels. He stole home from third multiple times. Hell yeah. You love to see it. Lefty shakes off the catcher with readies. Winds and fires. It's fouled away. 2-2. That one got under it a little bit. Jam shot. Pops it out to the third baseman in the staple. And that'll be out number 1. Darnell McDonald with a .500 average, stepping in, a Boston Red Sox at the time. I guess technically got a better grade on his hat. He had a B, but now he has an A. There's multiple A's. You want one B or you want multiple A's? Takes first pitch for a strike. That pitch is outside for a ball. Oh boy. Don't want to say anything, but a certain game might look like it's maybe getting out of hand early. You never know. Lefty winds and fires, swings under it and misses. Strike 3. Right at the top of the zone. I mean, with 2 strikes, you gotta protect yourself and just hope that you get something. Some kind of a piece of it. That'll bring in our player to watch, Kevin Youkilis. Has much more beard on his face than in the photo. Also just has a very bad batting average. And that will continue as that's rolled over to first. And that will take care of the Athletics. 1, 2, 3, but Johnson, Desmond, and Napoleon Dynamite himself coming up to the plate for the Texas Rangers here in the top of the second. That pitch is just outside. Loving it, although modern NBA scoring a 20-point lead in the fourth is in fourth and a safe lead anymore. That pitch misses that corner. He's trying to get that spot, but he just hasn't been able to get the call. 3-0. Lefty hitter waits. That one misses low, so a 4-pitch walk. Couple of them were at the very least tempting, but a good eye by Johnson to take those pitches and works himself a walk. Ian Desmond stepping up here, or stepping in. Texas up by 1 here in the top of the second. That pitch misses low. Okay, the without KD, the Suns are looking lost. That one rolled over to the shortstop. He fires to second. Goes around the horn to first, and a double play erases the walk. That'll bring in Mike Napoleon Dynamite. 250 average, 1 home run, 3 RBI, no steals on the season. Just a bunch of guards running around, not knowing how to play as a guard. Okay, good. So it just really has not worked for Kevin Durant since he left Golden State. Just kind of a harsh thing to say. That whole thing was weird. Texas leads 1-0 as they go 1-2. Well, the Athletics pitcher faces the minimum after the walk, even after the walk. Adam Lind with his .583 average will lead things off. 1 home run, 5 RBI. So a good start to the season for him. Down 1. Because the Thunder blew the lead to the Warriors, and then KD joined the Warriors, as this one's rolled out to second base, fires over to first for the out. Then he went to Brooklyn, then he went to Phoenix, now he's in Houston. Vlad Guerrero, MLB 2005 cover athlete himself. Kind of wanted his son to maybe be a hero in the World Series. Maybe swinging 3-0 for Vlad Guerrero Jr. wasn't the best decision. Anywho, takes the first pitch for a ball. That pitch misses for a ball as well. 2-0. Winds and fires. That's in for a strike. Same people who hated the Warriors KD era are the same people loving this Dodgers team. Hypocrite LA fans. That is fouled away, so Guerrero stays alive. 2-2, 1 away. Rockets beat the Mavericks, who got Cooper Flag. They are 2-5. Okay. Rockets are 4-2. Oh, Amen Thompson. That one will be rolled over to second base. He'll fire to first, and that is out number 2. Hideki Matsui. Probably not the start he's looking for, but he is a little lower in the lineup. You can get some wins. You might not always have to come up to bat. That one's in for a strike. That'll be hit over to the second baseman. He bobbles it, gathers, and fires. So, second to first, second to first, second to first. Busy men over there on the right side of the infield. Bradley, Kemp, and LaRoche coming up for the Texas Rangers. Here we go. Top 3, Milton Bradley has 1 home run. It was a solo shot and a .083 average. Is the home run the only hit he has this season? That one will go foul up the third base side. That pitch misses low. That is hit, but foul. That one misses. And that pitch misses. So we are at a full count here to the leadoff batter, Milton Bradley. That is hit foul. Left a curveball hanging, but Bradley can't quite get to it. He leaves it, he gets a little under it, and the left fielder puts it away for out number one. Maybe just a little too excited there. Looked like it looked like a hittable pitch. Matt Kemp doubled and has the lone run in the game today. That one sails high for ball one. That one's in for a strike. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Kemp gets under it, and it's going out to left, way up there. Waits and waits as it finally drops from the sky. That'll be out number two. That pitch misses outside to the lefty, 1-0. Two gone here in the top of the third. It was a leadoff double. That guy came around to score. Otherwise, this pitcher for the Athletics hasn't looked too bad. Can't seem like there doesn't seem like the offense can get a whole lot going here. Readies, winds, fires. That one just gets the bottom part of the zone for a strike. One and two. That is hit to the shortstop. He makes a strong throw over to first, and that will be out number three. So Barnes, Lopez, and Snyder. Last chance for the Athletics. And it doesn't look like a positive start here. .9091 average. That just gets the bottom of the zone, strike one. Pretty good pitch, dotted that one up. That one just maybe it's the top of the zone. Oh, and 2. That is hit out. Foul. Wasn't sure how much how much of an opportunity the right fielder was going to have that. There is a lot of foul territory in Oakland, but that's a foul ball. Okay. Oh and 2. Thought I might maybe get a sneaky hit. That one misses high. Good eye. And a big swing and a miss on a big old curveball there for out number 1. I would say Lopez is going to step in here. That one stays high for a ball. Lefty winds, fires. Oh, this one's going out towards right center field. It is out number 2. Didn't think it was going to get over the wall because it gets annoyingly high there, but maybe put a runner on, maybe get something interesting going here. It's going to come down to Chris Snyder. Going to need to get a hold of something to keep this game alive. That one sails high. Fouled away off the end of the bat. Oakland down to their final strike here. That is missed by the shortstop. It has been a funky day for that running animation sort of thing where a couple of balls have snuck through. That one's off the glove. Be interesting to see if that's counted as a hit or an error. The other one was a hit. That is in for a strike. Let's take a pause. It is a hit. Okay. Ellsbury fouls that one away. And a big swing and a miss. Got Ellsbury into a bit of an auto swing mode there. And that will do it. Duke is going to get the complete game shutout. Gave up a hit. Second to final batter. And Texas only had 2 hits in this game. This was kind of a weird one. Almost like a weirdly dominant 1-0 victory. Texas took advantage of the leadoff hit from Kemp. It was a double. They brought him around to score, and Oakland just never even threatened, really. So 1-0 your final. We are going to head to San Diego as we take a look at Zach Duke, your player of the game. 3 innings, 1 hit, 3 strikeouts. Looking good with a 1.50 ERA, 3 hits and 7 strikeouts. He picks up his second win of the season. Wade Davis drops to 0-2. Oh, I'm sure maybe the best loss he's going to have. That being said, Oakland still does win the series 2-1. They out-hit. Had over double the strikeouts. I guess that average is way up there. Alright, so let's view today's games. Actually, here, let's do this. We will go ahead and save. We'll save, and then I'm going to throw it to BRB, and we will, BRB. Take out my headphones and throw it to that screen, wherever it may be. See you in a second. All right, we are back and ready to roll into our fourth and final game of the day. It is the Dodgers taking on the Padres. Ooh, hopefully everybody's enjoying it. Thanks so much for hanging out. Just as a reminder, we'll be back tomorrow with Dispatch 5 and 6. As the 5 and 4 Dodgers take on the 4 and 5 San Diego Padres. The Padres and Dodgers here in Petco Park. Where did we've seen, I believe we've seen Padres. Oh gosh, now I've broken my brain on accident. I believe we've seen Dodgers Padres. Was that? No, it was Giants Dodgers, day 5. Padres at Dodgers. Okay. So we've been to Los Angeles a couple of times. But then let's see here. I can control F. Padres on the road. Padres on the road. Padres at home. Okay. First time we've been to Petco Park. That's exciting. Welcome on in. I forget exactly what it's called now. Juan Pierre's going to lead things off for the Los Angeles Dodgers. The lefty, designated hitter. Then it's going to be Carlos Beltran, center fielder. Left fielder Ryan Braun. First baseman Adam Dunn. Right fielder Michael Stanton, or as you might know him, Giancarlo. Catcher Ryan Dumit. Third baseman Wilson Bedibit. Gordon Beckham at second, and Cliff Pennington at shortstop. Armando Galarraga, 1-0, 1 inning, or 1 game, 3 innings, 1 hit, no walks, 2 strikeouts. I was falling asleep until you said dispatch. You woke up like a sleeper agent, you popped up. Not gonna miss dispatch. Have a good night. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Sleep well. Enjoy your day off tomorrow. Some throwback uniforms today for these teams. There's a weird striping down the sleeve for the Dodgers. That is going to be a bunt that's foul. That is low. Fouled away. So 0-2, and that one is going to get popped into the infield. Third baseman comes over. Juan Pierre leadoff goat. And the cheater series. So one quick out here for the Dodgers. That is going to be hit out to left. And glides under it for out number 2. So it looks like that high pitch is working against this Dodgers team. The easy pop out. The long fly out. Ryan Braun. When did he get busted for? Ryan Braun. Pitch is high and outside. Early life. Rookie of the Year. All-Star Silver Slugger. No, they don't have it. Oh, 2013. Oh, during. Goodness gracious. I know we had talked about Ryan Braun previously. But 3-0. That's in for a strike. I like the take there from Braun. Don't get too aggressive. This is the count that they do get aggressive in. And he misses high and outside, so not really much to worry about there. Adam Dunn, 4 home runs with a 600 average. This is what, game number 10? 1 on, 2 outs. That pitch is a ball. That just gets the bottom part of the zone. I mean, it would have to be considering that it was falling. Baseball series streams you had with the cheats on. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. It was ESPN 2K5 was the cheat series. Andrew McCutcheon's leading off for the San Diego Padres, center fielder. Designated hitter, Alcides Escobar. David Wright at third base, Justin Upton in right field. Jared Saltalamacchia, the catcher. James Loney, which I always put a double O in there, at first. Bobby Abreu in left. J.J. Hardy in shortstop. Eric Young Jr. at second base. Yeah, I forgot Juan Pierre was on that team. Actually, I could not probably tell you anybody that was on that team. Wade LeBlanc has a 45 ERA with an 0-1 record in 1 game. 1 inning pitched, 5 hits, 1 strikeout, 1 walk. Yeesh. Not good. Carlos Beltran. Chad Pennington. Quarterback for the Jets. Speaking of the Jets, they traded Sauce Gardner to the Indianapolis Colts. Because what do you do with an 0-7 team? You get rid of anybody who might have talent. Or a 1-8 team, who cares? The Jets. I hope that the coach does well. I like Aaron Glenn. The designated coordinator, the defensive coordinator that went over there from the Lions. 0-1. That one misses low. So 1-1. At Cheat Series is how I found your channel. Video title had the word Giants in it, so it showed up in my feed. I like that series, which made me like your content. So here I am. Yeah, love it. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. That was last year's off-season content. Was that series? I believe it was 3 innings as well. Can't imagine it was that long. That pitch misses inside. That's a good time. Every once in a while, you kind of stumble upon something that works a lot better than when you actively go seek out the solution. Like, oh, you know what would be great? Is like this certain sort of thing, and you just can't you get whatever. Indeed, it was only 3 innings. Okay. Yeah, it was like, those games are pretty short. These videos are pretty short, I should say. That one skied out to left, but easy routine catch. Oh, right to Ryan Braun. Alcides, a little softer on the Alcides. That pitch misses all the way to the wall. Doesn't matter because there's no one there. Let's see. 2K5. That is in for a strike. We play the Cleveland Guardians. Wow. That's bunted up the third base line beautifully. The throw is not in time. It's about a half step late. David Wright. David Wright is your MLB 07 The show cover athlete. That is the name that I could not think of. Did I number these correctly? Number 92. Okay. Still hoping I do Red Dead 2 sometime. Title it RDR2 first time playthrough, and it'll pop up in a lot of people's feeds, I bet. Yeah, probably. Strike at the bottom of the zone. I have been thinking about it. I fell off Red Dead 1 kind of hard, but I have not played much of Red Dead Redemption 2. It's just one of those things I gotta commit to and just be willing to do it. Willing to do it and willing to stick to it, because too often I start something and I go, I'm gonna do this thing, and then I immediately go to get distracted. I'm like, but what if I played this other game? That one's outside. It's not just Red Dead Redemption 2. 2-2, 1 on, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the first. That is foul up the third base side. Wow. Couple of those. That is a good tip, though, to put first time playthrough. First time blind playthrough. It's an undertaking. Story so involving. Literally drags you in deep. Yeah. Oh, this one is cracked out to left. Left fielder chases it, but watches it go over the wall to the Western Metal Supply Co. building, and it is gone. A 2-run blast with a 1 out. Or it did me and many others. People were into that New Vegas playthrough video I was doing the other day. I think there are some games that just... Good God, why is that rendered so horribly? I mean, even for a PlayStation 2 game, that looks bad. I think there are some games that just... People just like that experience of... Here's a playthrough of a game. See those moments for someone who, has never seen them, or first time in a long time, or whatever. That pitch is in for a strike. So San Diego takes a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the first with 1 away. A 1-1 count here from the lefty. Winds and deals. That is popped. First base side. Nice jump by the first baseman. Takes a few steps back and grabs it. Jared Saltalamacchia. Lefty fires. That's outside. Ball 1. Lefty. Ooh, right back to him. That is over to the first baseman for out number 3. So 2 hits, 2 runs. But a couple quick outs for the final 2 outs, and that'll stop the bleeding. Stanton, Dumit, and Bedimit. No, that's not right. Michael Stanton, still hanging around. That one's low. That is hit out to center. Sounded better than it was. Center fielder makes a minor adjustment and Out number one. Man, I forget even how far I got into. I know I'm in the third area in that first Red Dead Redemption game. I forget exactly what the last mission I did was. But since I played it, I can look up the walkthrough. Red Dead mission list. Thought about it. Oh, this is main missions in order. That one's into the bottom of the zone for a strike. That one's in for a strike as well. Gates of El Presidio. Fouled away. That one sails. That one is going to be picked by the shortstop. Fires over to first, and that is an out. What is the... 50.5. Oh my god. Whew. 84 main and sides for Red Dead 2. My goodness. This one is launched out to right. The right fielder is chasing and makes the catch over the shoulder. Upton fires it into the fans, and Los Angeles set down in order. The Dodgers going to lead things off for San Diego here in the bottom half of the second. 333 average, 1 home run, 4 RBI on the season. That one's in for a strike. Ooh, got it off the end of the bat there, and that'll be foul. Thank you. That one's lined out to left. While the claps were happening, Bobby Abreu, no average on the season so far. Yeah, how come why didn't they turn that off? That one off the end of the bat, but foul. Swing and a miss. Set down on strikes, and we'll keep that average right at 0. J.J. Hardy batting .444 with an RBI. 1 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. That is high and outside. But it's actually not really high. It's just it was outside. High part of the zone. Whatever, doesn't matter. Outside. 1-0 with one away. That one got on the inside part of the plate for strike number one. Flattens out the count at 1-1. That one sails high. Two and one. That is line to right field. They'll move station to station, and a runner in scoring position looking for a little insurance here in the bottom of the second. Eric Young Jr. No average for him. Good opportunity to get a hit. The umpire looks so stiff. That one rolled right to the second baseman. Flips to the shortstop covering, and that is out. Number 3 as he is able to fire it over to first. The double play ends the inning as the logos are flipped, and it tells us it's mid-second. We're going top 3, I promise. Gordon Beckham, look at that. It's a nice average. The Dodgers just a bloop and a blast away from tying this game. That pitch is in for a strike. That is swung on and missed. 0-2. And fouled away. Stays alive. Winds and fires. That one misses. Good eye. Looked like it sailed a little bit on him. You'd like to see him go with kind of like the idea, just not the execution. Doubles up on it and doesn't get the swing. Didn't get it the first time. Doesn't get it the second time. Evens everything up at 2-2. That one is popped up. Jam shot. The catcher grabs it in foul territory. 1 away. Cliff Pennington. Righty fires in a strike at the bottom of the zone. That one is off the end of the bat, and it's going to be a second out in foul territory. 2 away. It's going to come on down to our cheat season GOAT, Juan Pierre himself. Can he get a rally started for the Dodgers here with 2 away in the top of the third? Righty winds and fires, misses low and outside, ball 1. Hits it up the third base line, foul. Ooh, thought about going for the bunt, but pulled back. Smart move on his part, as it is a ball. Two and one with 2 out. That just gets the bottom of the zone. Not a good pitch, but it's effective. Dodgers down to their final strike. The righty sets, winds, fires. It is a ball low to fill the count. The righty gets the hit. I cannot believe that was the magnetization. That is an MLB The Show out if I've ever seen one. My goodness. It looked like it was honestly a pretty strong hit up the middle. Would have probably put him on first. But a little bit of funk to end the day. San Diego wins 2-0. Galarraga is your player of the game. 3 innings pitched, no hits, no strikeouts. Galarraga improves to 2-0. Wade LeBlanc falls to 0-2 right with a home run. It was a 2-run blast. The Padres salvage the series. They have a 12 ERA in this one versus the Dodgers 2.25 ERA. Significant discrepancies in at-bats, batting average. Dodgers had double the hits, quadruple the home runs. Oof. What happened in this series? So 2-0. Okay, 9-0. 5-0. Goodness gracious. Now it scored 14-0 in the first, but hey, they salvaged a game late. If you that sounds familiar. Boy, did the Mariners do that a couple of times against the what's it called? Houston Astros. They had a series like that. Just getting blown apart, and then all of a sudden, hey, they win 3-1. Alright. I did play one game, just in case we make a mistake. Everything up to this point is canon, so long as I save correctly. I don't want to lose like a whole day of games. We'll check some stat leaders here. So what we need to do is go to schedule. View today's games. This one has a couple left. All right. Sim to dates. View today's games. I think we caught up on all the schedule stuff. So we had 3 in a row. Diamondbacks, they win against the Giants 4-3. The Mariners take care of the Angels 3-0. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 8 games tomorrow. Okay. All right. Fresh series happening. Orioles, Red Sox, Yankees, Blue Jays, Braves, Marlins. Pirates, Cardinals, kind of interesting. Diamondbacks, Dodgers, both 5-5. Rockies, Padres. We'll probably try to avoid that Athletics, Angels series. Then we're going to get into an interesting part of the season here where, like, a bunch of teams have this day off, and then there's a bunch of games here, and then there's a bunch of other teams. The teams that have that first day off have the day off here. So, all right. Let's go around the league statistics. Oh, who's hot? No one. Okay, cool, great. Team rankings. Batting average is St. Louis, Cincinnati, Houston, Colorado, and Detroit. Who's at the bottom? Oh, I have to go all the way down? I guess we can kind of... San Francisco. Mariners at 18th. I mean, it's going to be the Mets, I would guess. Oh, it's not. Oh, the Mets were way up there. The Milwaukee Brewers are 30th. The Mets are 15th, yet they only have 1 win. At-bats. Runs 32 for Cincinnati and St. Louis. St. Louis still really has that big 13 run explosion. And Los Angeles scored 14 in 2 games against the Padres. Houston, San Diego, Texas, Seattle. San Francisco tied 11th. Here, well, let's go stats. Oh, but it doesn't. Oh, league leaders. Here we go. Here's your league leaders in batting average. We'll look at the individual stats for right now. And it. Oh, who's the worst? There's a bunch of zeros. We know that. We'll just look at the top 10. Vlad Guerrero, 467. Oh, and we have to split between National League and American League. Ugh, gross. Here's Cano. I guess it's technically top 11. Yeah, okay. Hits, Adam Dunn. Wow. 5 guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. 9 8s. A lot of guys with 8. 14. 23. I do like seeing the gap. That must be 50. Interesting. Hold on, I gotta go all the way back up to the top. The American League, Kemp and Davis. Ooh, National League has the hit. Well, there's a lot tied. Gotcha. 9 to 18 to 37. Okay. Ichiro, go Ichiro. Okay, cool. At bats, Kemp with 23. Kurt Suzuki. 27. So Reyes, 4 more at bats than top American League. Shane Victorino. Doubles, David DeJesus with 3. Oh. 6 guys tied there. 3 doubles. Triples. Oh, Gutierrez. Go Mariners. 2 triples. Kemp, Gardner, Maben. Ibanez. Figgins for the Astros has 2. And then there'd be another Astros. Pablo Sandoval tied for first in doubles. There he is. For the Mets. Weird to see a Met this high on it, considering that they have 1 game won. Home runs, Adam Dunn with 4, Justin Upton with 3, Prado, Posada, Votto, Sanchez, Sizemore, Jones, Satalamakia, Butler, Cano, Beltran, Stanton, Crisp, Gordon, Pagan, Howard, Espinosa, Wigington all have 2. Oh, wow. Ordonez, Molina, Smoke, Thames, Wallace, Uribe. 8 guys tied for the lead in the American League. RBI, Thames, Molina, Smoke, Hafner, Stewart, Isaac Bruce, Butler, Dunn, Upton, Jones, Howard, Ramirez, Carl Crawford, runs, Upton, Beltran, Andrews, Butler, 6 is the leading number of runs for both leagues. Johnny Damon, 4 runs. Stolen bases, Upton with 5. Ichiro with 1. Not a ton of stolen bases. Whoops. Go National League. That's where I meant to go. 3-2. Well, Figgins, you don't need to steal bases if you're getting all the way to 3rd. Base on balls, Polanco, LaRoche, Holiday, Votto, Shinsu Chu, Reynolds, slug percent, Dunn, Upton, Espinoza, Cano, Prado, somehow tied. Butler, Jones, Posada. Nobody with a 1,000 slug percent or a 1 dot in the American League. OPS 1523. Schneider. Oops. National League, Dunn, Cano, Upton, Prado, Posada, Butler, Drew. Wins. Bush with 3 already. Some relief pitchers in there. American League leader is at 2. Weaver, Figueroa. Losses. Okay, that's not helpful. Saves, 2. Hey, for the Mariners. ERA, not super helpful. One, two, three. One, three, five. Oh, hey, look, it's the Mariners. There you go. That's what I expect. Home runs allowed, not super helpful. How far are there? There's got to be 50 pitchers that probably don't have. Oh, 47. Huh. 47 pitchers with no home runs. Wow. Over at least 50 in the National League. Shutouts, 2 leads the way for Arrieta, Price, Young, and Guthrie. Lilly and Galarraga. Strikeouts 987. 10 for Beckett. Price at 9. De La Rosa 8. There's Tim Lincecum for the Chicago Cubs. 7 strikeouts. Tied for 5th. Complete games. I'm surprised that this isn't like a little bit higher. Steven Strasburg. For the Athletics. Interesting. So, oh wow. 3 complete games. Innings pitched, 9. Leads the National League. 10.2 for Martin of the Mariners. Hendrickson. Lincecum was on the White Sox and not Cubs. Oh, my bad. Walks allowed, not helpful. Whip. National League has guys with 0. Most impressive would be the worst beard. Batting average. And we're right back to where we started. There you go. There's some league leaders for you. as we wind down April 11th here in game. Go ahead and save real quick. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Like I said, tomorrow we'll be back with good old, what's it called? It'll be Dispatch. That's what I'm trying to think of. Yeah, so Dispatch tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific time here on the channel. Episodes 5 and 6. What body parts do we get to see tomorrow? Who knows? Will the video stay up on YouTube? God, I hope so. But we won't draw any attention to it. And we'll be back with more MLB The Show soon. See ya. Dispatch tomorrow. Hell yeah. Thanks for watching, hanging out. Have a great rest of your night. Save complete. We're ready to roll. Good sports. Go baseball. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.